The reason you don't get what you want in life is because you don't know how to get it. Most people, the problem is they have no coach, they have no mentor, they don't know how to actually get to the promised land. So they just stop, they don't do anything. And the thing is if you don't go out and figure out a way to find someone to help you get to your goals, you're going to get stuck in the same negative feedback loop for years. And you may not even get out. I know this because back in 2015, I was stuck in a negative feedback loop. I was 29 years old. I thought I knew it all. I thought that basically as long as I stuck to my guns and stayed employed, which is number one, I owned a house, which was number two, and I didn't go too much over my budget, that eventually some magical thing would happen. That, I always thought when you got older, you had big people money, like grown up money where, you're a kid and your parents just pull out the credit card and they just buy whatever. 30 years old started to roll along, and I'm working at Harley Davidson, my dream job, selling motorcycles. I loved it. I started thinking, like, if I don't figure out a way to make more money than I can earn by myself, I'm never going to get the fuck out of this place. I'm going to be here forever. And the funny thing was, having jobs in the past where it was more, physical labor intensive or whatever, I remember seeing people on the job site who have been there for 20 or 30 years, and they had no hopes. They had no dreams. They thought they knew it all. They had an opinion about everything, but they never fucking went anywhere with their life. So I started to realize that in order for me to get out of the hole that I was in, there was only one thing I needed to do. I needed help. I needed someone to show me what to do, because I'm a visual learner, and I'm sure you are too. I mean, most people, it's let me see it, let me do it, and I'll most likely learn it. And that's exactly how I was my whole life. But you know what stopped me? It was my fucking pride. It was my pride. It was shame for all the crap I did in the past. I didn't believe I was worth it. I didn't believe that I was worthy to make $10,000 a month, or to not have to go to a job every day, or to be able to make my own decisions. Because let's be honest, the reason you get into business in the first place is so you can decide what the fuck you want to do with your life, right? Like, most sales guys are in sales positions because they want to bet on themselves. Why? Because they believe that if they bet on their own efforts, most likely they're going to have a better life down the road than if they would just stick at a 9-to-5 job, getting paid $3,000 to $5,000 a month, trying to save, to invest, to get ahead, or whatever the case is. I mean, it's sad, but most men, they stop learning when they get out of high school. You hit 18 years old, you say, I'm graduated, fuck that, I'm gonna go work, get a job, and then that's it. And what happens is you get a job that pays you the most amount of money for your skill set at the time, which is generally zip. Let's be honest. You get out of high school, what do you know how to do? Nothing, right? Usually, like, very little, unless you're gonna go to college, university, or whatever. But most guys, get into a job. Why? Because you need to buy a Mustang, or, you got to take a girl on a date, or you need a dirt bike, or whatever the case is. But your priorities at 17 are a hell of a lot different than when you're 27. So most guys get a job, they start working in an industry, they get really good at it. 25 rolls along, they get into a different job, or they get into a higher position. Then 30 rolls along, you realize you want a bigger house, you want a nicer car, your wife wants a new dress, your kids want to go to soccer camp, you want a new Harley or a dirt bike, or fuck whatever it is you want to buy, and you're stuck in this job and you don't want to leave, because if you leave, then you're going back down to zero. So you stay, you sacrifice your potential for your comfort. And unless you have someone coaching you through this process, in my business, I'm in business for 6 years. I failed so many fucking times, it's crazy. I've had people on my team completely desert me right before they hit a major rank. I started a system, and my leadership was fucked. The program didn't work properly. We didn't have tracking. Our videos were done wrong. Our branding was done wrong. Our logo was done wrong. Our vision and mission statement were done wrong. I signed up for a 2-year training program that I was way above in the first place. I associate with the wrong people. I did so many things wrong. And like, if someone would have told me way back in the day, hey, Kev, this is going to go wrong, this is going to go wrong, this is going to go wrong, you're going to fuck this up and this up and this up and this up and this up, I would have been like, I'm not fucking doing that. That seems like a lot of pain. That seems like a lot of failure. But with every failure comes growth. But without the guidance of a coach saying, hey, man, like, listen, okay, that didn't work. Let's take a look. Let's revamp. Or Mark Lack's coaching, that we're going through right now. If I didn't have some of that training, there's no way I'd be in the position I am now, building our own legacy builder system, having our own landing pages and webinars and offer videos and upsell videos and community and leadership training and all this sort of stuff. That it's all come from coaches. It's all come from people that have done it before me. It's way, way, way easier to go out into deep water when you know that all you need to do is make a simple phone call to your coach. Hey, coach, I'm having a little bit of doubt. Hey, this thing didn't work. Hey, where should I post this? When should I post this? How should I create this? Can you take a look at this video? Does it work for you? What should I change? You need the accountability, but most guys are so fucking scared. They're so built up their pride. They're so prideful that they don't want anyone to know that they're failing. They don't want anyone to know that they're struggling. Do you actually think people look at someone with a 9-to-5 job at 30 years old and go, this guy's got to be uber successful? I bet you that guy has it all figured out. No. So don't pretend that you got it all figured out when you don't know fucking anything about building wealth, about building businesses, about coaching or mentorship or investing or any of this stuff if you don't know it yet. The longer you wait, the more time you're sacrificing that you could be living as a king. If I didn't start my business back in 2015, I'd probably be still working a 9-to-5 job. I make multi-6 figures a year in bonuses in the line of work that I do right now, working from home. I'm a leader of a team. I have my own business. I have my own tech company, and I got a team of people that help me produce my content every single day, every single month, every single year. So the thing is if you have a big dream, they say, if you see a turtle on a post, he didn't get there by himself. Someone had to help him. It's the exact same thing in business. It's the turtle on a post. You're not going to get to the top of the post by yourself because turtles can't climb unless you haven't figured that out yet. So the whole point of the story is listen, if you want to make massive quantum leaps in income in your life, you must get training. You must have a coach who's done it before and can, more than getting you the results, get rid of the distractions. Because you're going to get, if you're just had doggone determination, if you're nothing but just straight up fire tenacity, and then no one can knock you down, and you're like, what's that fucking Rudy, that little fucking football player dude, right? Or whatever, the underdog story where you just have the tenacity and the fire in you to get after it every single day. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells you. Whether it's 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you will make it if you just got sheer tenacity. But how much better would it be to make it in 2 years opposed to 10 years? Or 5 years instead of 15 or 20 years? Or 1 year instead of 5 years? And this all comes from coaching, getting on the right path, get rid of your distractions, and have someone to lean into, to know that, hey, listen, it's like a spotter at the gym. How do you go heavier? You have someone spot you. Half the time you don't even need the spot, but it gives you a sense of relaxation, a sense of control when you know you have someone there. So at the end of the day, the number one thing you got to do is you got to get a coach or mentor. This is going to get you everything that you want in life. And if you need any help, I need you to reach out to me. I'm here to coach and mentor the qualified people that are ready to take action, that are ready to assume the responsibility of their life and go after their goals. If that's you, hit me up. We'll talk to you then.